Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Vin, and today I'm just going to be showing you some recent book mail. Okay, so I've got a decent stack here with some books that have arrived in the mail, two of which I ordered, and a stack also that I got from Steve Donoghue. Of course, a very generous fellow booktuber, something of a legend in these corners, and I'm certainly very appreciative of what he sent me. But first, we'll go through the things that I ordered. The first one that I ordered was William Beckford's Vathik, published in the late 18th century. This is a Gothic tale, and I picked this one up because I've always been wanting to read more Gothic. Really, as a horror fan, I want to understand the roots of my beloved genre as much as possible, and certainly Gothic literature is an essential aspect of that. And I was talking with Mark over at Book Time with Elvis about, wanting to read that, and he was kind enough to want to join. I don't know. I don't expect a lot of the Gothic stuff to be great. I've certainly read some Gothic stuff. I'm more like filling in the gaps of things that I haven't read yet, especially with regard to very late 18th century and early 19th century Gothic literature. But he seems along for the ride so far. We'll see if that continues, if these end up sucking. But we decided to start with Vathik, a very early one. It's also a very short read. We're going to read this together at the end of October. I've already read the Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole, also a very short book. So we figured we'd start short because we both have a lot of reading that we're doing this month. I also bought another thin book. This is Ray Russell, The Case Against Satan. Juan over at Plagued by Visions is doing, it's not quite a book club, but it is like a big group read that he's doing of this. I think they're going to be discussing it in the middle of October. I might read it before then, or by then I might be some that I read afterwards. At some point this month, I'm going to read this. But it's basically a demonic possession tale that predates William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist by about 10 years. So anyway, looking forward to that. And then the stuff that I got from Steve. Steve sent me a couple of new books and then one older one. And these are things that I had seen him haul on his channel. He is a professional book critic, book reviewer. So he gets sent books in the mail by the tons each day. And these are certainly ones that when I saw him opening them, I was basically salivating. And he was very kind enough to send them to me, which is terrific. The first one is The Story of a Founding Myth, or yet Norse America by Gordon Campbell. This is from Oxford University Press, and I'll just read the back really quickly because it's short. It says, "The story of the Vikings in North America as both fact and fiction, from the westward expansion of the Norse across North Atlantic in the 10th and 11th centuries, to the myths and fabrications about their presence there that have developed in recent centuries, and what these myths tell us about those who spread them and the society that nurtured them. This is a book that definitively sets the record straight about the idea that Vikings discovered North America." So this seems to be more of an American/Canadian history, I would assume, than it is about Norse history. But it's really about the legacy of the Norse having been in North America and how it's been used. I know that there's been fake runestones and stuff like that throughout the centuries. All sorts of false information. I think there's even a little spot in New England that some claim that it was like some kind of Norse stone structure, but of course it's not. But this will be very interesting. I wonder if it's going to go into modern Norse paganism, like Asatru, or even maybe some of the darker sides, unfortunately, of that, like folkism and sort of a more racist appropriation of paganism and the Norse legacy. I don't know if it's going to go into that stuff, but I'm curious to find out. But anyway, this looks like a great book. And then, again, I should say, if I didn't mention yet, these are all titles relating to Norse and Vikings. So the other one is The Real Valkyrie, The Hidden History of Viking Warrior Women by Nancy Marie Brown. So that's awesome to get more gendered study of all this and women's place within Norse society, and I'm guessing also within maybe certain military aspects. Don't know a lot about this one, but it certainly sounds very intriguing. And this one looks like it's going to be a very fun one. The Last Viking, The True Story of King Harald Hardrada, Don Holloway, or Hallway, right? Hallway, yeah. And this is a subject I know a little bit about. For my my senior thesis, when I was getting my bachelor's, undergraduate studies, I did do it on King Harold Godwinson, basically Harold II, his rise and fall. Of course, his fall at Battle of Hastings when William took over. And Harold Hardrada is a part of that story. He fought with Harold Godwinson at Stamford Bridge, and met his end there. And that battle, Stamford Bridge, is sort of the agreed upon end time, the end date of the Viking era, the Viking age. And this seems like it'll be an excellent fun read. I really can't wait to get into this one. And the last one he sent me is an older one, which I don't know anything about, but I'm assuming he sent it because he would recommend it. And that is The Norseman by Count Eric. I'm not going to try and say that. And this is older. This is what, 1960s, I believe? Yeah, 65. Looks like, yeah. From the New York Graphic Society. But it's a nice older work. I mean, you can tell, but it's in decent condition. And it's got, full plate illustrations as well. So, yeah, this will be a great one to go through. Some of the research might be outdated, but I'm sure that still be nice and informative and fun. So anyway, that's what I received. So I got 4 books, again, on Norse and Vikings from Steve Donoghue. Again, thank you, Steve. Very generous of you, of course. And 2 thin ones I ordered on my own that I got in the mail. Vathik and The Case Against Satan. All right. Thank you, BookTube.